All right, guys, we're back today with another toy. See what we got today. Got a package came in yesterday from Billetworkz. For those of you guys who are not familiar with Billetworkz, they make custom shift knobs, and just recently came out with one for an automatic, for the 10-speed automatic cars. So that's what we got today. Matches the color of the car perfectly. So give a shout out to the Stang Mode. He's the first one I saw with one of these 2 or 3 months ago in this Dark Horse. And at the time, I didn't even know they were available for automatic cars. And they weren't at the time. He just had like a prototype. So I contacted Billetworkz, and they told me they were in the making of getting them out, and it would be a few weeks. I contacted them again, and they were there. They had them, and they were ready. So got it shipped out. Got it yesterday. Watched a quick YouTube video they sent me on how to install it. So seems like it ought to be pretty easy. I went ahead and popped off this plastic already. This plastic surround right here for the boot's got to come off. There's a couple of clips here and here, and then here and here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those out with a flathead screwdriver, and I'll chime back in and kind of show you guys step by step as I'm doing it. And we'll get this thing installed, and let me know how you guys like it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna match the car. I think it's gonna look pretty, you know, custom or unique for an automatic. I have only ever seen one like it, or similar, not like that one, but similar to that in an automatic. Like I said, Stang Mode had his a couple months back in that Ember Blue Dark Horse. So when I saw it, I was like, man, that's a great idea. Didn't really care for the color he had, but I mean, they had the color to match my car, so that's perfect for me. So like I said, we'll be back in a minute with a little update as we go through the steps. And you know, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back. I'm gonna show you guys a few things. I watched the Billetworkz video a couple of times, and you know, they skip some steps, or they don't show you how to do a few things that's kind of important in my mind to getting, you know, this thing done correctly. So anyway, I'm just about finished. As you guys can see, I'll show you everything's installed and ready to operate, but I wanted to show you a couple of things. So if you look closely here on both sides, there's these little clips, little white clips like this, that you actually have to pop out. See how they grab onto the plastic? And every single one of the 5 of them, when I stuck a small flathead screwdriver in there, they got knocked off of this black plastic, and guess what? You can see where they went. All 5 of them, every single one of them. So I was fortunate. I took a coat hanger, which I already threw away. I should have probably showed you guys. I took a metal coat hanger, cut the long straight part, bent it in half, and made myself like almost like some chopsticks kind of looking grabber, claw, whatever you want to call them, things to stick down in there. And after about 30 minutes, I was able to get 4 of the 5 out. The 5th one I can't find, don't know where it went, don't see it. Also, something worth mentioning is on this front piece, on front of the original shifter. So let's see, those 2 screws, when you're taking them out, be very careful, because this is the size of them. That little bitty screw, it's very short. You get about 3 turns on it, and the screw wants to fall off, and guess where both screws went? They both too went down in here. Fortunately, I was able to find and get both of those out with the little makeshift chopsticks or whatever you want to call them that I made. So just giving you guys a heads up on some things to look out for when you go to install yours, if you choose to go this route. So otherwise, that was probably the hardest part, was just dropping all the parts and trying to retrieve them all. Then also, so here on the original shifter, this collar, as you can see, let's see, where is it at? So right here, this clips inside of here, as you can see. And that was a little hard to get off. I'll say that, not meaning that it was physically hard to get off. It's just that when you have your flathead in there and you're trying to pry them tabs, it's not hard to do. It just makes you feel like you're going to break it, you know. And then obviously, if I want to put this thing back together at some point later down the road, you know, I don't want it broken. So I was trying to be as careful as I could be and not break anything. So got it apart. Like the video from BilletWorkz says, this part of the boot that actually attaches in here is just basically like a glue. You know, that's all it really was. So you can kind of pull on the boot with a little bit of effort. I mean, not real hard, just pull on it a little bit, and it kind of breaks that seal and comes right out. And then as you can see, we just slid this over, just like their instructions say. You need a tie wrap. I don't know how easily you can see that. So that's a little tie wrap, zip tie, whatever you want to call it. Put it on there tight. It held it in place, no problem. I put the rough edge, or not the rough edge, but the hole where you pull the tie wrap through on the front. Because when I did it the first time, it actually looked, you could see like a physical bulge kind of sticking out back here. And so I cut it and I redid it, and I put it toward the front where it's not noticeable now. But anyway, it's pretty much done. It's pretty much installed. I got to snap my white clips back on so that I can make this boot bracket snap back in place correctly. And then also I just have to snap this bracket back in place and it will be good to go. So I'm going to show you guys the functionality. I'm just going to put the accessory on and kind of show you. So down on the lever, reverse, neutral, drive, manual, go back in the drive. It's locked. You can't, there's no accidental, you know, movement, changing gears or anything. And then down, neutral, reverse, park again. So one thing I'll tell you to watch out for is the first time I went to install it, this shifter knob and this sleeve doesn't actually sit 100% bottomed out on this shaft. You actually have to let it bottom, like make sure you set screws. These set screws, there's 4 of them. Make sure those set screws are actually all the way undone. And then you're gonna set this all the way down on the shaft and then lift back up, probably I would say between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, and then tighten your screws up. And then don't tighten them all the way, just snug them, and then, you know, come back and, you know, put your car on accessory and just check. Because the first time what I was doing is I'd be able to go into reverse, neutral, and drive, but it wouldn't lock out. So see how it's locked now? It wouldn't lock out. I could freely move it without having to use the lockout. Any, you know, it was just any gear, no matter what, like it was decompressed, and I could go between all gears, no problem. So I realized that, you know, I had it bottom all the way out. I lifted it up a little bit. I rewatched the BilletWorkz video, lifted it back up a little bit, and then tighten it all back down. It works great. So stay tuned. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get it all wrapped back up totally, and we'll be back in a second to show you the 100% finished product. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're back with the finished product. As you can see, it's all done. Everything looks good. Love the color, matches the car. I don't know if you can see the car, grabber blue. So matches the car perfect. Functionality works great. And once you get it in the reverse, you can go to neutral or to drive, but once you get the drive, that's it, you're locked out. Just like factory operation. Manual, I can go back to drive out of manual, but that's it, you're locked back out, and then neutral, reverse, park, all is good. So overall, great product. I like it a lot. You know, the only issues I had, like I said, was I was a little inexperienced with popping out those plastic clips and taking them screws out. Had no idea those screws would be such small, short screws, so I dropped both of them. But good news was I was able to get them relatively easily. Same thing with the clips. Dropped the clips, but I didn't realize those were going to pop out either. But not a big deal. We got them. So all in all, everything's finished. Tell me what you guys think. You know, I can let's see, show you what the factory shifter looks like compared to. So that's what you had before versus what you got now. So I like it. I'm happy with it. Money well spent. Not a bad investment at all. Cleans up the interior nicely. So tell me what you guys think. Comment down below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any questions. And we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more. We got more videos coming. Thank you guys for your support. And catch you guys soon.